Hello traders out there in Traderland, my name is Dez here at Grok Trade on Thursday, January 26, 2012. Markets in bearish today. Dow down more than 22 points, down 0.2%, down 0.6% on the S&P. The Nasdaq down 0.5%, the Russell's down 0.3%. You have the banks taking a massive hit today, down 1.93%. VIX up 1.5%, still under 19. Gold up 0.51%. Silver up a fraction. You have crude oil up a fraction. US dollar down a fraction. What's interesting here is transportation is up 0.4%, giving solid weight to the Dow, which did again in bearish territory. But nonetheless, whenever you have those financials dropping, that is a bad sign. But we did see Wall Street taking a dip today as the housing and financial stocks declined after a weaker than expected housing data. Gave us as traders a reason to pause. But what is really interesting about this, and I want to show you, yesterday we had this base breakout to the upside. We made a higher high. However, we could not sustain those highs. Yesterday's high had a user talk about the shadow line, which I call the minor trend line, and I thought that was very savvy of him. I went ahead and dropped that going back to 2007 to this date. Yesterday we actually hit that as our high. I mean, right to the penny, and it dropped. Today we did bust through that, but we could not sustain it. The problem at this moment is this major trend line, this big blue one. We closed below it. That is significant trouble to yesterday's supposed breakout. Is this a fake out? And that's something we're watching. If you take this body, the big white body, what you want to do is kind of eyeball the mid part of that body. We closed lower than this. Splitting hairs, you do have a slight gap up this morning. We did close below the center part. This is called a dark cloud cover, which is very ominous for the markets. The question is, today we did see a low of this 1313 that I was talking about yesterday. Big area of support at 1313, also this 1316. We went down to the 1313 today. If we close lower than 1313 on Friday, ending the week, that could pose to be significant problems to the markets as a whole. I could see a big drop taking place, getting down to 1305 pretty quick if that were to happen. Best case scenario for the bulls is if we do gap up or we hang out or close above this big trend line. It'd be nice if we can actually close above this minor trend line, but that means we're going to have to be at somewhere around 1328, 1329 as a close for that to be really bullish going into next week. Anything under this blue line would be bearish going into next week. Oil was over $100 this morning. However, we are now at 99.83, and we have gold at 1722 at this moment. Tomorrow we have the GDP, quarterly GDP coming out, and that will be pre-market by 1 hour. Everybody will be watching that number. And gold is at a 6-week high right now. I'm writing an article for the SFO Trading Magazine, Stocks, Futures, and Options Magazine for April. If any of you are writers or proofreaders and would like to work alongside me as I put together articles for publications, send me an email at dez@groktrade.com.